That is a great question.
Yeah, I guess we can start. Get your phone away from the cord.
Get your phone away.
Where do I
Adam.
put it?
Yeah.
On the phone? On the floor?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you waiting? A call from a guy?
Yeah, so I'm waiting for some guy to call me.
Some guy to call
For
you?
what, the kiss later?
No, there's supposed to be a Venmo payment go through.
Mm-hmm.
Did you buy
to
some
ensure
of
his silence, I had to send him a big sum of money.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You know, and he found on Facebook. He found like my friends and family's names.
How about
Gotcha.
instead of
Yeah.
the sound
And you
of
thought
silence?
you never exchanged names. So
I thought it was NSA.
Yeah.
How about instead of the sound of silence, it's the price of silence,
That's good.
and it's about Paul Simon raping a child.
Okay, and he pays the child
Pays
off?
him off.
Okay.
I like that.
Hello, darkness, my old
Honestly, how
That
much
still
money?
works. You don't even have to change
friend. You
the
don't have to.
lyric.
That one stays the same.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty dark.
Darkness to Paul Simon is the thirst for a child's asshole.
What's that? The one that's me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
Mhm,
It
yeah,
was against
with
the law.
whistling.
That stays.
It
That
was
one's
against the law.
yeah.
That one
We'll
stays.
combine both of those songs into one.
What your mama saw, I think is the next
What
line.
your mama saw.
Wait, really?
Mom saw you molesting the child.
Is that real?
Yeah,
He's got a
dude.
song about fucking a
Well,
kid named Julio?
Me
Yeah.
and Julio.
Well, Julio
We're
is the
molesting
guy
other
that they were.
people.
They were.
Him-
Let's
they
go.
were in a
Let's
gang.
get one of these keys, man.
And someone complains, and they're like, "Come on, man! Clapton's kid fell out a window.
Yeah,
You're gonna let him get away with that?
yeah. Clapton.
My
fucked,
guys are still alive.
Clapton fucked his kid out the window.
Oh, that's what happened.
Oh, my
Julio's
God.
fine. He's just a little
Yeah,
messed up.
yeah,
Clapton's
dude.
guy's gone.
Julio's going to be really good at doing
Yeah.
art installations.
Clapton was playing hood ornament with his son, which is a party trick where you go around with a 4-year-old on your cock.
on your cock and stick it out the window.
Uh huh.
I didn't know that. That
Those
sounds
were
fun.
good parties.
Yeah.
It's just a nice little trick for
Yeah.
company.
We got our boy Brendan Ayer in the mix.
Back in the mix.
Of
Third
the,
timer.
of the Rad Dude cast.
Third
Check
time?
those pussies
Yeah.
out.
Man, thanks for
we
having
got it.
me.
Next time you get the green jacket, like when you win the Masters.
Uh-huh.
You get the.
We give you a green
doesn't make any
blazer
sense.
for the 4-timers club.
Adam just wanted to mention the jacket.
The Masters.
I love
Yeah,
a
for some
green
reason.
blazer.
Yeah.
I did a fucked up thing today. I showed up 1 hour and 10 minutes early
Yes.
because here's what happened. It was fucked up because I was at the coffee shop, right?
Yeah.
Stav told me 5.
Yeah.
I'm at the coffee shop. I'm like, there's too many people around. I'm writing. I'm done writing. These people are getting on my nerves. The music's. I'm gonna sit on Nick's stoop and just do the crossword puzzle and chill till
Yeah.
5.
It's pretty
hot out.
But then it was fucked up because you came home. Then you felt obligated to invite me in. It was all,
Of course, sure.
and I wanted to say no. You don't. All I wanted to do was sit on the stoop and chill. I don't need to come in. It was
Sure.
But you're a polite guy.
We would have sat here in silence.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was a bad. It was two fucking sociopaths.
Just
Yeah.
checking your phones for an hour until the podcast
Yeah.
starts.
It's time to be funny. It's time to engage in the social skill that I've turned into an occupation that brings me zero joy anymore. The one thing that made my life better,
That used to be
I've
the only thing I
commoditized,
looked forward to.
is
Yeah.
now just worthless garbage. It's time to do
Come
that.
work. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so that's...
I
well,
say
we're
that,
happy to
but
have
it's
you.
not true.
I
What do you
s-
say? Well, it's not true.
I was thinking fondly about laughing about sexually harassing that woman at that ramen shop.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like, that really is the only thing that brings me joy.
That's true. It's a riff. Nick didn't sexually harass a woman.
I didn't, no. But the laughing about doing it while she's sitting right next to us,
Yes.
unaware of what.
But
that
she didn't
we're-
speak English.
She did. They were both from America.
No. The Japanese girl was not from America.
Oh, she was Japanese.
That's what was so funny.
Yeah.
So a guy was hitting on a Japanese woman,
oh,
and we were laughing like, oh, now that he got it started, we would just slide over.
Oh,
like
we'd swoop in.
we'd
right.
swoop in.
Dude, those two goons I saw in Philadelphia hitting on that girl who was on heroin was
Oh my God.
just, that shit ruled.
That's
There was this like girl.
Watch out!
There was this girl nodding off. Who did that?
You did.
That was
I
you,
did?
Nick.
Damn, how? Oh, the headphones.
Small
Yeah.
dick, having a small dick.
What?
You
No,
have your dick tied to the phone.
I do. Anyways, there was this girl
He admitted
just
it.
nodding
You heard
off,
him.
Yeah.
like at Dunkin' Donuts, like barely, she's just leaning pretty hard, and then these two guys come in, both like, you know, the guys that wear like wife beaters, even though like they just have so much skin hanging over their waistband.
Yeah.
You know, and just like shitty tattoos, Caesar haircut, like a 1998 wigger.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Awesome.
just permanently in Adidas slides and socks, like those guys. And like the one dude sees the girl and he's like, "Oh shit!" You know, and he pulls his phone out and he starts recording himself, like walking over to him and her, and be like, "Damn, shorty, what's up with you? You leaving?" Huh? He's like, recording himself hitting on this woman that's incapacitated. And then the Indian guy behind the counter is like, "You cannot be in here like this, Mom. You have to leave." And he's like, the guy's like, "Nah, she all right. She all right."
Wow.
Probably-
He's taking control of the Dunkin'
nah,
Donuts.
man, she all right. She
He's
good.
commandeered it.
Yeah.
I've
Damn.
noticed.
She said, "I want a cool ladder."
I wonder, like, who he was going to show that video to. You know what I mean? Like, who was he going to be like,
That was
see,
just-
I told you I got game.
It's just ending up in the hands of the police.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
supposed to be one of those social experiment videos.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What,
You go up
what
to
would
a-
you do episode?
Yeah, exactly. We were talking about that yesterday.
What would you do live in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you have sex with a heroin-addled woman?
I was thinking about a what would you do scenario where you find like a McDonald's where there's a Down syndrome guy working in the fry, you know, working wherever in the back, but you can see him. And then you get an actor with Down syndrome to go in
Yes.
with a receipt. And he goes up to
Tough
the
part to
counter.
play.
He goes- no, they do. They already have actors with Down syndrome on the show.
they're I thought you meant a guy who didn't have Down syndrome
No,
acting
no,
as if
no,
he had
no.
Down
We get
syndrome.
Sean Penn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sean Penn or Giovanni
Yeah.
Ribisi to play.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
Two of the greatest of all time.
But the no, have you seen the show? What would you do?
Yeah, where they put unsuspecting people in sort of ethical dilemmas.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's like not even an ethical dilemma. It's like there's a man slapping his wife in the face. You
Yeah.
know?
That one they did a lot, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's either being racist or slapping
Yeah,
your
it's
wife.
racist or someone being mean to retarded people. It's
Oh, okay.
always the same thing. But yeah, so you set it up where there's a McDonald's and there, or you know wherever, and there's a man with Down syndrome working behind the counter, like preparing the food, and you send an actor with Down syndrome in with the receipt, and he's like, "I would like to speak to the manager, please." And the manager comes out and he's like, "I was eating in here last week, and that man handled my food." And
He's in a suit.
yeah,
Yeah,
You know,
and that man handled my food.
yeah.
Yes, and I have here medical diagnosis that proves that I now have Down syndrome. Ma'am, I don't want to argue with you. I did not have Down syndrome last week.
I'll show you. I have the
Yeah.
documentation in my briefcase. He opens up the briefcase. It's just loose Skittles.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I seem to have eaten all of the paperwork.
Chicken nuggets.
I
fell out.
accidentally ate the paperwork
thought it
and
was
left
candy.
the Skittles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the manager's like, "What?" And then that guy's like, "I'm John Quinones. Which one of these retarded people do you think is the worst?" Which one of these? Which, yeah, John
The Mexican
Quinones.
guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Quinones?
Yeah, John Quinones.
He does a good job on Dateline.
Yeah.
Hey, Dateline.
Is he the guy with the sarcastic voice?
Yeah, and
He's like got the
Dateline.
most sarcastic voice in news.
I used to like Dateline, but they're running out of stories. So now all they do is they just withhold a guy till halfway through. And they're like, just when the trail was getting cold, the police thought about her ex-boyfriend who beat the shit out of her every day. It's like, dude, you should have told us this in the first place.
Yeah.
Clearly him.
It's
Sounds
definitely
pretty open and shut.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Uh-huh.
I never used to watch Dateline though. I don't
They should
think.
combine To Catch a Predator and What Would You Do into one show.
Oh, and what's that?
They have the pedophile show up and have sex with a child
What would you do?
at a restaurant in public.
Gotcha.
And then both Chris Hansen and John Quinones come out at the same time.
Okay, and the child is being.
Chris
fucked.
Hansen's like, "You're going to jail for raping this kid," and then John Quinones is like, "Why didn't you stop him?" To everybody in the restaurant.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
So who is this child? Because they usually use decoys.
right. We'll use a man with Down syndrome.
Oh,
The same
he's
guy.
getting fucked.
Because he's
The-
got a
the
boyish
real
kind
star of the
quality.
show.
Yeah.
The guy who's in every episode.
Oh, okay, I got you. So they're doing it by IQ, not age.
Uh,
Mental age.
I mean, I guess it could be a child with Down syndrome.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's an ethical dilemma. I'm saying a man with a small frame with Down syndrome is the 2-for-1 that you might want, the balance you might want to strike.
I forgot who it was, but some alt-right dude, like a judge, ordered him to break up with his girlfriend because she wasn't, like she was too retarded
No, it was in the UK, and it was.
When was that?
It was in the UK, and it was a British guy that was told he couldn't fuck because he's retarded and he couldn't consent.
No. This was a different story. This guy had to break up with his girlfriend because...
First of all, can we start a GoFundMe for that guy?
For the guy that's too retarded to fuck?
Yeah.
That's sad.
That's what I'm saying. We got to get him pussy.
Yeah.
We got to find out doctors to make him just
That
not...
is sad.
You know
Also,
what I mean?
what kind of legal ruling is you got to break up with your girlfriend? That's not a law. Like, it's jail or no jail or fine. It's not. You gotta tell her you don't want to see her anymore.
Yeah,
You know, let her down nicely.
MTV bought all the British courts a couple years ago. So
is it like a what do you call it? Like a it's not profane. What's it called? Something when something's
Vulgarity?
Vulgar. Yeah, it's
Is it vulgar to fuck a
like I know it when I see it. Like it's
like pornography.
Like pornography. Yeah. Is that like?
So they have to come out.
I know if someone's too retarded when I
He
see
looks
it.
at him.
The judge just like inspects him, like just like walks around him.
Well,
in a cage.
on top he's wearing a dress shirt, but it is tucked into sweatpants. So it's a toss-up.
Yeah. I mean, it was also in that story the guy was gay too.
What?
Yeah.
And he could consent if you're
Yeah.
gay. I mean, default, you're in.
I don't know, but that judge rules. Just imagine pretending like you just hate gay people that much. You're like, I'm sorry, you're too retarded.
You're too retarded to be gay.
This is what you know. What I don't understand about To Catch a Predator. I don't know what percentage of those cases get convictions, but like, why does nobody do this? Like, so you go in, Chris Hansen comes
You've
out.
been thinking about your exit strategy.
And he goes, "You're busted," and then you go, "You're busted."
Yeah.
And he goes, "What?" And he goes, "I could tell from the typing there was some kind of older man involved here.
But
you've been pimping out this young woman. What's your fucking deal, man? I busted you. That's why
I came here.
Yeah.
To
Well,
I came
usually
here to fuck
that's
you
a
up.
great strategy.
Yeah, but what can they say, really?
That's
so you
a
got to
great
come in with a
strategy.
baseball bat.
Yeah, you come with a baseball bat.
Why
just
is
in
that- why
case.
is-
And yep,
This is
and
this
iron
is-
knuckles or
This is
whatever.
Robert Redford dressed as like a prohibition era guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Pal, I
He
came here to
had-
bust you.
Wow.
It's just-
Interesting.
This is Robert Shaw. I guess he's right.
Yeah.
I was the one that was the pedophile.
I think you couldn't talk about wanting to suck their little pussies and come in their asses. And
I don't
stuff
know.
like that.
They're entrapping you. Don't they talk about that back? So you're saying I'm entrapping you, you pimp?
I think I think you would just have to keep it PG-13, but make it clear you wanted to fuck.
I don't know.
I mean,
fuck these fucking
Even
shows.
keeping it PG, you're not allowed to fuck 13-year-olds.
Well, I never
That's
did any
not why
dirty
it's called
talk.
PG.
You want to keep it R.
That is not
rated.
why it's called PG-13. Or even 17-year-olds is, I don't know, it's borderline, right?
Say what you want about me fucking her ass.
Yeah.
I never did any dirty talk.
That's why if you're a pedophile, you got to go to every meetup with a kid with
Yeah.
a pair of handcuffs, just in the event that you're ready in case
Yeah.
to catch a predator. You can
Yeah.
say, "I wanted to make a citizen's arrest
Right.
of you, Chris
yeah,
Hansen."
Chris Hansen, you. and
Now,
then-
okay, I guess my big question would be, you're saying why isn't this the way the pedophiles get out of it?
well,
Because who really wants to stop someone would go about it this way?
well, here's another ethical question. Not
Okay.
ethical, but because look, I'm not on the side of the pedophiles. here.
it
I'm not-
certainly
but,
seems.
But let
like-
me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. I'm on the side of
Justice.
Of justice.
Yeah, and kids not getting fucked.
What? No. I'm interested in the law, and at no point in
Yeah.
that show, in that scenario, is a child involved.
Right.
So what is the crime? Your intent. You can say how can you not say, well, I knew we were role playing, and what can they say back because it was a grown woman on the other hand?
Well, that argument doesn't really hold up though, because it's like people buy fake drugs from the police and they still go to jail for possession.
Here's what you do. Ready? I got it. Hold on. I got it.
What you're doing is like it's conspiracy. You're attempting to break the law.
Right.
It's like if there was a child
Yes.
there, do you have any doubt in your mind that this man would have fucked it?
Right.
Hold on. Wait. Here's what you do.
Yeah.
You send in a child.
It's like
to scope it out for you. You're like, I was a kid pretending to be an adult man.
Right.
I'm trying to get some child pussy. I'm a child.
Because
this
I'm
is legal.
also a child.
And then if you see there's no Chris Hansen, we got walkie talkies.
A best friend, like an apprentice.
Your apprentice.
No,
This child that would want to grow up to be a pedophile.
Yeah, you gotta learn the ropes. Look, here's how you handle it. Anytime you go meet a child, underneath you wear a hoodie, and underneath that you wear a T-shirt with Chris Hansen's face on.
Okay.
That way, when you show up and he's like, "I'm Chris Hansen," and you're like, "Dude, I knew it."
Yeah.
You take the hoodie off. You're like, "I fucking love you." I've been sending you emails for weeks. They get bounced to the spam filter. I am a fucking Chris Hansen head.
There's
And
only
I want
one
you to-
route to
right.
go, bro. I didn't like to do it.
I've got a
I
Rose
had
Bowl
to.
party, and I want you to come. And me and my boys we hate pedophiles.
Yeah.
And we love you. We were all raped as kids. And you're our fucking hero. And you got to hang out with us. You can't say no. In front of the cameras right now. You're coming to hang with us. Rose Bowl party 2017. Are you coming, Chris?
That's good. I think, okay, so I guess for any pedophiles listening, we have, by mistake, given you some strategies.
But
to
that
get
is
out
not
of.
our conspiracy.
That
We're
is
not
not-
conspiring to do
We
anything.
hope you
No,
don't do any of
I'm
this.
I'm against pedophiles. I'm
against
just
it.
Yes,
I'm
me too.
very much against pedophiles. What I'm sort of also against though is the show.
Is the show.
Because I'm like,
Yeah,
well,
the
why
show's terrible.
aren't
The
the
show
police
is-
just
yeah.
doing this?
The show
you know
is
what I mean?
dumb
Why
voyeurism.
right?
I mean,
Exactly.
It's presented as like journalism, and that's not journalism.
No,
No.
it's watching people's lives be destroyed.
Which is fine. Their lives deserve to be destroyed, but I don't quite understand why it's like.
Why do
it's-
they also sign like a release?
They
You
don't.
have to.
I
They
believe.
don't.
I believe what I've been told, and I don't know
Yeah,
if this
if
is
you
a
break
myth
the
or
law,
not.
you're
What I've been told by cops, or from someone when I asked about cops, is if someone is convicted, then there's no release necessary. If they're found not guilty, you would need a release.
Well, even if you're just like they bring charges, I mean, they don't even need a conviction because if you get stopped for a DUI, like there's plenty of jurisdictions will just publish your photo in the newspaper.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
mugshots are available online even if they don't have a conviction. I don't think.
You know,
interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
you know
true.
that's fucking Robert Kraft. They had video of him getting sucked off.
Yeah, we
by,
didn't
like-
get to see that
and we didn't
old
get to
man
see
get
that.
jacked up.
I
Yeah,
would have
you
loved
will.
to see that.
I mean-
no, his lawyers fought like it's not going to happen.
No, somebody will leak it. I mean, that's the kind of like it's like the.
It got tossed out. It got tossed out of like evidence. So he's probably going to walk.
There
And
is.
I wanted to see what his cock looked like personally.
I wanted
Yeah.
to see his old dick.
I want to see his old dick get sucked.
Uh,
That's just me though.
I mean, there are people with the money to scrub things off the internet.
Yeah.
Like he's the kind of guy. If there's anyone that I think could prevent a sex tape from being leaked, I would say Robert Kraft.
Yeah.
Like if you have billions of dollars, it can happen. But
Yeah.
I also wouldn't be surprised if someone somewhere leaked
Yep.
it. You know, there's someone in an evidence locker somewhere.
Totally, dude.
What
This
about-
is- whatever happened to
mayor?
whatever happened to fucking the guys in the masks, dude? Anonymous.
Anonymous, yeah.
Where are they on this?
They're in jail, dude. Julian Assange went to jail.
Is he-
They're listening to this podcast.
95% first responders or hackers.
Yeah, 5% hackers. Now, if you're listening to this, if you're part of Anonymous, show us Robert Kraft's cock. That's what I'm saying.
We'll show Stav it. I don't
No,
really care about that.
show
kind of
Adam.
Yeah, I don't know. I
don't
forgot
really
who
care.
Robert Kraft was.
He
He's
owns
the owner of the
Patriots.
Patriots.
Yeah, I don't care about that story.
I have a my therapist is just an enabler.
Oh,
And
nice.
I was like, I told
That's
him,
good.
I go.
That's the kind of therapy you want.
Yeah, exactly. Just a guy that just gives in to whatever I say. So I go,
You gotta do you, bro.
yeah. So
You gotta do you.
in all honesty, I told him, look, man,
This is some Samoan guy. Bro, you gotta do you, bro.
One of the Rock's
you got
cousins.
300
Yeah.
pounds,
Shaka.
6'8".
Yeah. He's just standing in a squat rack while
Yeah.
Bro, you gotta do you, bro.
so I told him, this was like a year ago. I go, look, man, I'm done with I've been done with for a while, rub and tugs, because
Yeah.
like I like them. It's a good outlet.
Sure.
Eat cheap and easy, but these women are sex trafficked.
It's cheap and easy as a race.
Yeah,
Cheap and easy?
These women are.
They're cheap and ease women.
Yeah, I go. They're sex trafficked. That's not right. I don't want to do it anymore. And he goes, well, that's one way of looking at it. Yeah, but he goes.
Damn.
But he goes. Think about this.
Whoa.
You're one of these women.
Uh-huh.
You're dealing with just fat pieces of mean shit all day long, and a nice young guy
You're a
like you
gentleman.
comes in,
You're a good guy.
doesn't start any trouble. You're the best part of their day.
Oh,
And I
wow,
go, well,
interesting.
maybe I should be back in this.
That
Yeah.
is a wild take by your therapist.
Well, he also told me this because I tell him because I get
The next guy comes in, he's like, I raped 8 prostitutes at gunpoint yesterday, and I want to kill myself. And he's like, that's one way of looking at it. But the thing is, these women deserve it. Remember how bad your mom was?
well, so like I get
You gotta do you, bro.
bro, you gotta live, bro.
You gotta do you, bro.
Life's for the living, bro. Salt life.
I'm just
Salt
saying,
life,
puppy.
bro. I
From the front.
so I
Out of his pussy.
I get very irritable. Like I get
Yeah.
extraordinarily irritable. It's part of bipolar type 2, which is kind of a bullshit diagnosis, but essentially
is that the kind of bipolar named after the amount of inches of penis that Adam has?
No, me. I thought
no,
you were saying him.
me. They had to round up, but no, it's kind of a bullshit diagnosis. But basically, what they tell you is you have the depression part, but instead of the manic part, you get rage and irritability, which is kind of
The cranky
weird.
bipolar.
But anyway, so I'm telling my therapist how like I handle big things well. Like my good buddy died, and it was like I grieved properly. Like I handle that well. But like if I see someone like litter or people talking during the movies, like I want to kill them. Like I literally think about fucking kill. I obsess about killing him.
That's like a very Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I got hot yesterday in John Wick 3. There was
No, do not. Nothing.
No. The theater. There was a row of fucking French
He
people
dies at
behind
the
us.
end.
Shut up.
talking.
He dies at the end.
You didn't see it.
It's not part of the movie. There was a row of French
dies
people
at the
behind
end.
me in the theater.
John Wick dies at the
You're
end. of John
lying.
Wick.
You
doesn't
didn't
have-
see it. Shut
John
up.
Wick
No
dies
one
at the
say
end of John Wick
anything.
3.
Stop. We're not talking about John
He's
Wick
killed
3.
by Ian McShane's character.
Don't shut up.
And so my guy goes, I think that's healthy. These murder fantasies are a way.
Are you just talking to a guy playing dominoes?
I don't-
in
yeah,
it's a
by
guy
the
at a
park?
chess table in the
He
front.
goes,
Probably the same guy you go see.
he goes,
Stop.
by having these
No, I don't
murder
think so.
fantasies, you're preventing yourself from ever committing a murder.
That makes
and I'm
sense
like,
to me.
have you ever heard of serial killers?
Yeah,
There's a whole genre
They play
of
it
people
out.
that fantasize about murdering
There would
until they murder.
There would be no reason to have a separate charge for premeditated murder.
Right,
If there was even an ounce of truth to that statement.
Yeah, so I love this guy. He's on board with whatever I say.
rocks.
Just a real yes
Do
man
you.
of
Yeah,
a
but
therapist.
you have to realize that guy's just ripping you off.
No, because I
Nick,
feel
you
better.
don't know. You
Okay.
never went to shrink school. He's a professional.
Yeah.
He paid the money, student loans.
Yep.
He does. I think I would think the way you're thinking.
Yeah.
If I didn't leave feeling better.
If your life
I
wasn't
leave
better.
and I feel
you,
better.
You
and
shouldn't leave feeling better. You should go see somebody that's like, no, you fucked up. and
No,
here's
that's
what's
so
wrong.
Catholic, Nick.
Yeah.
No, you should leave feeling
It's
better.
not Catholic.
Yes,
I mean,
it is.
The whole point of therapy is to like experience some kind of personal growth, right? And that
Of
doesn't
course.
happen without any like degree of introspection.
But
if
that's what
if
happens
somebody
in
tells
session.
you there's nothing wrong with your behavior or thinking, like continue doing exactly what you're doing.
But
You're not
on the
getting
other
better.
hand, a lot of people
You're just
beat themselves up about shit that they shouldn't be beating themselves
That's a
up
good
about.
point.
And the therapist can say, listen, you think that this is weird and that you're fucked up.
That
This is
doesn't
actually
sound
very
like the
normal.
case here. It
There's
doesn't
a-
sound
there's
like
a-
he's like, I feel bad about having too many chocolates.
There-
And
I think
he's
a lot
like,
of people fantasize about murder.
well,
Right.
no. That I do. I did get mad at him because I said you minimize my binge eating problem, and you act like it's
so
not
he
a
is
fucking
doing that,
problem.
too.
I
Well,
go,
then
you
he's
minimize that, and he goes, I'm sorry if that is really a serious issue. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So he's all right. I think there's a middle ground between what
so,
Adam
too.
and Nick are saying.
I think
and
therapy is
that's
good,
the
though.
ideal therapist. And maybe my guy leans a little heavy towards Adam's side of things, but I like him.
Yeah, your
To
life's
be
better.
honest, I just watch all the Melfi scenes again instead of going to a therapist regularly.
Yeah.
And that seems to work.
It's been working for sure.
Yeah.
You've shown a lot
Yes.
of growth.
This is what the one thing that's infuriated me for years since I first was given psychiatric drugs. I find it to be one of the greatest rackets perpetrated upon us that
Okay.
a therapist and a psychiatrist
It's
are
a
two
different
different
job.
people.
Yeah, it's
it's
fucked
fucking
up.
ridiculous.
You gotta
You
be
all
paid.
need to go to the school to be able to prescribe,
Yep.
excuse me. And this two job shit is bullshit.
It's
It didn't used
bullshit.
to be like that.
Yeah.
It used to be like the psychiatrist was also a therapist. You spend an hour talking to them, and they could also write prescriptions. And that's gone. Now you get to see a therapist for an hour, and then you talk to somebody for 10 fucking minutes, and they go, "Here's fucking, you need to be on this shit," and that's it.
Dude, I didn't know that they were two different jobs, and I went to a psychiatrist.
I'm more mad that they have a
and he was-
line you have to pay for now at the airport.
Do they?
Yeah.
TSA.
In
do you
addition to the TSA, there's now a company that has their own special line.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That you have to pay money for. That doesn't
Clear.
let you get through security. It just lets you cut the line. It's
Yeah.
basically a man standing there being like, "Give me $20, I'll let you cut in front of me."
Yeah, clear.
That's all it is.
What is that?
Oh, I
It sounds
saw
like
a sign for
communications
that. I
company.
couldn't figure out what it was.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You pay to jump the line.
It's a line cutting.
but it's not
Wow.
even that good.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
No.
I mean,
You
but
used it before?
Nah, but I've seen people, they just cut the line. They still have to go through fucking security.
you still have to go through security. It doesn't. But you have to give up all of your personal information to them first, and then they put you through some like biometric scanner.
Yeah, and it's like $200 a year or some shit.
Yeah.
And they have they know how big your dick is. They know,
Everything.
your blood pressure and shit.
Yeah.
All that kind of
That's
shit.
bullshit.
Your fingerprints.
Well, I like how we're all everyone's in an uproar about Facebook's sort of selling our data,
Yeah.
and nobody was just like for 10 years. How is the biggest company in the world making money?
No,
Yeah.
plenty of people were. though.
But not in the
Yeah.
general public. Plenty of people who are smart enough to be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, you fucking idiots! They're selling everything you do."
Well, Facebook outrage and like privacy concerns didn't really seem to be a thing that most people gave a shit about until like they thought it had something to do with Donald Trump winning the election.
Right.
And then like everything else that they get mad at Donald Trump for, an issue that's been persistent and like a pretty apparent part of like American life for a while is now like, I can't believe this. Now I'm mad about, like fucking like jailing kids at the border or drone strikes or any number of things.
Here's
Yeah, we don't
here's
care
my and you're right. That stuff has been going on all the time. I also hate Donald Trump, but that's besides the
Yeah.
point. But here's
I
my
think he's
issue with
hot.
the privacy concerns. Like,
Yeah.
for instance, your iPhone listening to you, right?
Yeah.
Which they continue
Definitely does.
continue to deny, despite the fact that
100% it does.
100% it does. There's been test after test that shows it does, and they continue to
The
deny.
NSA can also listen to you through
Right.
your phone.
And here's my problem. I'm fine with that. I don't care because at this point I operate as if every electronic device, my whole life online or an electric device is public. I operate that way because I don't trust any of them. But don't fucking charge me for the phone. If you're, you know what I mean? If you're gonna make money off
Yes,
listening
dude.
to my
I'm
phone
with you.
and selling ads, then give me the phone for free.
Yup.
Yeah.
And then sell ads off me. I don't give
Yeah.
a shit.
Yeah.
But don't make me pay built into my plan
I'm with you, brother.
$1,000,
Yeah.
which doesn't seem like $1,000 because it's in your monthly plan, but
Yeah.
that's what it
it's
is.
still $40 a
Or
month.
or in exchange, give me all the personal information and private conversations of the Chinese people that made the phone. Give me
I would
access to
love
their
that.
lives,
Yeah.
and I can
Like-
oppress them in kind.
That
Oh,
would be
my
cool.
fingers hurt so bad.
Yeah. We each get like 5 other people's
we
data.
get direct access to their Alexa, and I get to speak through it directly to them.
Yeah. Yeah, make them think you're a god of some kind.
I gotta break it to you. I don't think the guys that made your phone have an Alexa.
Yeah, they get one as that's what they're paid in. Is they're given one Alexa and then 15 eggs.
All they are.
Their annual salary is 3 eggs and some green squash.
All you hear is just them complaining about when they put the suicide prevention nets in.
I love that they're just bouncing right back into the factory like a cartoon would.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Like Mickey Mouse been like, oh, work's too hard today, huh? And then he tries to kill himself and just bounces right back up.
right back
to his
on
desk.
the assembly line.
Oh, can't die today, Pluto.
Well, you think it would be? You think some guys just do it because it looks kind of fun?
What?
It would be fun, honestly, to jump off a building and be safe.
Like
what
the game, dude.
I
like
was
the
gonna
end of the
say,
game.
it should be the end
I've
of the
never
game
seen
with
it.
each one of them that jumps at the end.
What happens at the end of the game?
It turns out it's all just a game.
It's a game. He thinks he's jumping to his death.
Yeah.
And then at the end
He's
of the
been
game,
he's been manipulated by everyone that he knows into thinking there's
brother,
some
Sean
conspiracy
Penn.
against him.
Oh, right. And he
Everyone
can
he
never
knows.
trust anyone again.
And then he kills
No,
his
no.
brother and jumps out the window, and then
he fake. It's not real. He doesn't kill his brother.
No, it's right. It's a fake gun. And he
Yeah,
shoots
everything's
Yeah.
fake. And the thing is, they've been like the sort of double twist. I don't know if it's a double twist, but he has been told the whole time
That it's a
this
game.
is a game.
And then
but
you
it
think-
becomes so real, he stops believing it's a game.
Exactly.
Even though they told him this is going to be a game that becomes so real, you won't.
I would
think
fall
it's a
for
game.
that shit.
Didn't we
I'm
say-
so weak-minded, dude.
Yeah.
I would kill myself in a different way.
Stav thinks that we're recording right now.
Yeah. Wait, what?
He thinks we've had a podcast for the last year and a half, and he's never bothered to check.
That's
it's
true.
just a website with nothing on it.
Nick's like he keeps being like, I got you on the check next month.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
really hope I'm owed a
But
lot
he's
of money.
good for it.
yeah.
He's good for
He
it.
took out a mortgage.
yeah. I have a home that I
We're
haven't
just-
paid for yet.
We're just 3 dressed down therapists.
That's right. Tell me I should get jerked off. I wish my therapist told me to get jerked off.
I still didn't go back.
Huh?
I still
No,
didn't
you
go
probably
back.
shouldn't.
Yeah,
Actually.
no, dude, that's not right, man.
Yeah. Adam, would you care to do the opposing view?
That it's good to go.
Yeah.
Well, his therapist
Sex
already
slavery
covered
is
that.
good.
So
Oh, wait a second. I
already heard a very convincing argument for going back. So I didn't know that, but now
Well, I'll
now
be
it sounds
honest.
like I'll just be a gentleman. I'll dress nice.
yeah, wear a tuxedo.
I'll wear a tuxedo, I'll say, how was your day? Ask them about their shit.
You know, I was thinking
Jack off,
about-
I got a lot of guys' dicks today.
Yeah.
How's everything?
You know, what I was thinking about is a new genre or era of Maury where he brings on white people to do 23andMe. And then the DNA results allow them. He goes, Maurice, we got the results, and you are allowed to say the N-word. And then they get up and dance. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. You boop, you bitch head, boop. I'm gonna say boop all motherfucking day, baby. Boop, boop, boop. Fuck y'all, boop.
Dude, my dad did 23andMe, and it was the most depressing shit ever. It was just 100%
Scotch
Irish.
Irish?
Yeah. Nothing in him. Just Irish.
Trash.
Fucking straight Irish.
Yeah.
Like, not even like the Viking Irish. There was no Scandinavian, nothing.
Nothing
Just-
cool.
You're just all Irish.
Yeah.
And like 2% English.
That's how Eldest is with like this very specific region of Albania.
Albania.
Yeah.
Like he's a straight. My roommate, my best friend,
just
like, grew up with,
completely inbred.
just a villager from Albania that has moved to America. His like
bought
bloodline
sneakers.
was unbroken for thousands of years.
That's so funny.
And he lives with 6 other people and walks around the entire apartment naked.
He does a lot.
That's
yeah.
He rocks. He's amazing. Have you met him?
No, I haven't, but I
He's
have a
incredible.
great Albanian friend named Plorat, and similarly
Stav's
very
racist to
confident.
Albanians, but also best friends with one.
Yeah.
It feels like they're new to names.
Plurat.
The Albanian people.
Yeah, right. They haven't
They're like,
quite nailed
"Fuck,
it down.
Everyone's got names.
Well, Eldest.
I've just been
hilariously-
like, hey, good buddy, come on,
bragada.
hey, come here, buddy.
I couldn't go to Albania because this is interesting. I was reading because I don't drink anymore, and like if you go into their home, they offer you a little
Raki.
they offer you a little shot of
Their
their like
moonshine.
fortified wine or whatever it is,
Yeah.
and if you decline it, it's like you're now
Insulting.
in a blood feud.
Yeah.
You know, like you're now seriously, like
I
it's
know.
like a fucking, it's like you just spit in their face, and so I can't ever go there.
Yeah, they don't even have like running water in a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
Like elders tell me, when he was. I mean, maybe they do now, but when he was visiting his relatives, he would have to just go.
It's like Borat's town.
Literally, yes. Although I think
There's
Albanians,
like a horse pulling a car.
I think Albanians in the mountains have the weird like, you can become trans, like women can become men.
Yeah, they have that in other countries too, like India and
Yeah, like
Southeast
tribes.
Asia.
There's tribes that have like 6 genders.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty tight.
Like if you're too much of a pussy to stick your dick in the gourd filled with bullet ants, then you're not
You're a
allowed,
half man,
you're
half
not allowed to
woman.
be a man anymore.
My
You have to like bring water to the fucking grandmas in the
That's
village.
cool.
my barber is Albanian, and he's got just a long, about letter height, rectangular tattoo on his forearm that's clearly a cover up. And I'm like, oh,
A
that's
somewhat Christian
that's,
death squad.
That's either anti-Semitic or a war crime. One of those two things. Like that's it's one of those two things is under that tattoo.
He killed an entire village.
Yeah, because there's very few things a guy like that
look
would
clo-
get covered up.
Look
Right,
closely,
You know what I mean?
look closely, and you can faintly make out Avenged Sevenfold.
Yeah, he's got like
I
a.
thought they were a very good band for a while, but you know, I was younger. I was 36. I did not realize they were gay. I thought Bad Country was cool song.
cool song. It was good as shit.
I thought Bad Country was really fucking cool music back then, and I like go to club to meet the pussy. But now I know it's not such a cool band anymore.
Not cool.
No.
Yep.
I
Have you seen Flanagan's arms?
no.
Flanagan got some shitty tattoo covered up, and his whole forearm is just like this shitty, like big heart with an arrow.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
Cover up.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck that idiot got on his arm.
cover-ups are brutal,
Yeah.
dude. When you have
Yo,
to,
it's fucking a wigger Spider-Man. Like, I guarantee you he has tattoos that are just like the shirts from Super Kmart. That graphics tees where it's like,
Damn.
it's like a homies doll, like in the middle of a yin yang symbol.
A Chevy logo?
Yeah.
I have this tiger tattoo that I like, and
That's
then,
cool though.
It's Asian
It looks
style.
like a Yakuza tattoo.
Yeah, I like it. But then I was on the road, and I got a panther head tattoo, and it's like selectively shaded. And I was like looking in the mirror for a while, and I was just like, fuck, I accidentally got another tiger tattoo. And it's like, if you have one tiger tattoo, you can be like, oh, they look cool.
You gotta
if you
fill
have
it
two, like I gotta know stuff about tigers.
Yeah.
I gotta like
Yep.
be interested. You know,
Tiger saved your life.
Yeah, I'm kind of like a tiger, dude.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
you
it's
could just
not-
get it shaded or something.
Whatever, I don't care. I know I'm fine with my tattoo. I don't.
Yeah.
I like people are always like, aren't you gonna hate him when you get old? And I'm like, I hate myself already.
Right.
I'm young.
Yeah.
you
Also,
know?
everyone looks like shit when they're old. That
Right.
argument has never made sense to
Yeah.
me. It's like, in fact, it'd probably be kind of funny and cool to have tattoos.
Oh,
Like,
old dudes' tattoos look
someone
amazing
Like,
because
I
the
feel like
skin
they're-
grows over them and they're just like a blurry blue and it looks cool as
I
shit.
feel like if I had tattoos, I would regret them less than like the vast history of things I've said on the internet.
Oh,
yeah, exactly. Like,
You know,
yeah, I
It's a
could
lot
care
like
less.
tattoos, man.
The
Yeah.
podcast.
the podcast, all of the racist tweets, the racist videos.
Sure.
The racist stuff I did last week.
Yep.
Yeah,
know.
but that's
The
not
last ad.
online.
It's like I'm starting to think I'm waiting. I'm gonna buy the dip on wokeness,
Oh, interesting.
you know, and I'm waiting for it because it's gonna crash and it's gonna.
Yeah, you were
crash
saying
hard.
you were ready to get back on Twitter when.
So you're going to be
wokeness
woke
dies.
again?
Donald Glover is gonna have a meltdown.
Yeah, being woke will be counterculture.
it
again.
will. It will be, and
You-
I'm gonna buy the dip.
Your Cum Town fans are fucking on the ball, man. It's you guys
What?
must have it rough.
I was not expecting that word.
I tweeted this thing about this girl who gave me who I thought was flirting with me, but gave me a laser fat removal brochure.
Yeah.
Laser fat.
Laser
removal?
fat removal.
Oh, that's
brochure.
hilarious.
So I
Do
tweeted
you still have it?
I tweeted it
Did you
like
say that on
I
the
go.
show?
I go. This happened a couple weeks ago, and some guy immediately goes, No, it didn't. You told that story on Cum Town 3.5 months ago.
Oh,
and I go, dude,
loser.
yeah, I know, but I hadn't tweeted it. I just said a couple weeks ago to make it more recent. Like, but yes, I said that story.
Well, that makes you a liar and a bad person.
Well, no, I know, and he got me. He showed me real quick.
That guy's definitely a much better person than
He's
you.
probably
great
cool and has a lot of good stories and understands
and he's got
how to be funny.
A lot of friends.
yeah.
Oh my god, that guy can't. It's surprising he got online because hanging out with all his friends probably takes up so much time.
Yeah. A young pussy getter.
Now, what is laser fat removal?
Yeah. Let's delve into this.
I guarantee you it doesn't work. At least at the level they're trying to pitch me. I bet if you were like a Hollywood millionaire, or mega, 100 millionaire, there's probably some form of it that's effective. Whatever they were trying to pitch me on Fifth Avenue in Park Slope, I can imagine does not work.
Okay,
8 laser pointers.
I
put
saw
together.
John Cena get himself frozen, I think, and I want to try that.
My
LeBron
sister does that.
Yeah,
My sister does that. She
yeah,
runs marathons. She
cryotherapy?
loves it.
yeah.
Oh yeah, she was telling me about that. Actually.
But I was like, when I go in,
yeah, we
and they're like,
could say we know each other.
they're like
How do
15
you-
minutes, 20 minutes, and I was like,
I don't want to get into it.
can I do 65 years?
Oh,
And then you come out in the future,
nice.
and you have all this knowledge that no one else knows because you're from a different time.
That's
Yeah,
smart.
because people from the past are smarter.
Exactly.
Yep.
I can show up and I'd be like, have you ever
As-
seen an iPhone?
As
Yeah,
demonstrated.
they're like, wait, do you think you're from the future?
Yeah.
No, I'm from a different time.
From a different
As-
time, which makes me wise.
Yeah.
As clearly demonstrated in Encino Man.
You want to know who won the 2016 World Series?
Just trying to make bets like in Back to the Future. And they're like, no, you have this backwards, man.
Yeah.
I've got this sports almanac that can never be stopped.
guys
There's
should
going to be
buy
a guy
Apple.
called Donald Trump, and we got to stop him. They're like, no, you're from that time,
Yeah.
and you decided to freeze yourself and come here.
I think you only freeze. I don't think you freeze your head.
Yeah, you freeze like your body, and
nice.
it's all like
So I can have an old man's face, but with the body
Just
of a
ripped.
sloppy 30-year-old.
Like
Young,
like
yeah,
that
you
guy-
would have to get ripped first.
I know, yeah.
like that guy you saw jacking off on chat roulette that one time, or Chatterbait.
What?
Didn't you? Nick said you saw an old man, but he was like just had a 12-pack and he was jacking off alone to 0 viewers.
No, I did see an old man that was beating off to nobody, just going at it. And there's like nobody. He's like, "Damn, BRB." And there's like, and then he just goes.
Oh, I thought you said he was jacked too. I thought that
No,
made the
there's
story
a.
even
You're
better.
conflating that with the advertisement that's like that old grandpa. Like this grandpa got in shape. That's all.
Oh
he had.
yeah, I remember.
I
that.
had a guy, I had an old guy in a sauna at Harbor Fitness in Brooklyn. He was probably about 76. He started jerking off. It was just me and him in
yeah,
there.
dude.
But
Nice.
he's too old. He was too old to like beat up, and I didn't see him as a threat.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to report him.
Yeah, just let him
so I
go.
just go, "Hey man,
Yeah.
you got to stop that."
There was a
Yeah.
period
And-
where Lewis was complaining about people had like either like not outright propositioning him or gay sex happening around him at Equinox, which is so funny for that to be happening to Lewis.
That is awesome.
Well, I go. It was very funny because this
Yeah.
guy, because I didn't really understand what gaslight meant.
Yeah.
Until this guy
He
gaslit
taught
me.
you.
Yeah.
This guy goes. I go. You got to stop that. He goes. Stop what? And just keeps jerking off. While he looks
oh,
at me.
while jerking off.
Yeah, while
What a
jerking
pimp.
off.
Whoa,
And I was just
wow.
like, man.
Respect.
And I was
He's
like, well, I'm not
invested.
leaving this sauna, and you know what you're doing. And he
Yeah.
just jacked off.
Wow. You actually, he totally won, dude. He alpha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly, because I'm not going to beat up an old guy, but I'm also not going to let him make me leave the sauna.
Right. I'm enjoying this.
Like
sauna.
I did my part, which was tell him to stop jacking off, and he beat me.
Was now he's old as shit. Dude,
Now, see, if
he
you
stay
were a
hard?
woman, that would have happened the same exact way, but you'd be an actress now. You'd be a famous actress.
That's right, Nick.
So the next time they want to say they got it bad,
That's right.
remember that Brendan isn't Scarlett
This,
Johansson.
this has done nothing for me.
Yeah.
You know that old man with his.
He's not in Mona Lisa's smile,
That's
is
right.
he?
Mona Lisa smile. Did he have a nice dick?
No, No, a real shabby piece.
Real bad
Real
cock, too.
fucking cobwebby sort of.
It's good he can still get it hard though.
Yeah.
I mean, it
man.
was. It barely qualified as
Gotcha.
hard. It
So
was.
you
Did he
got-
come?
Yeah, how funny
What?
it would be if that guy died when you clearly started having a heart attack while beating off, and then you're put in the position where you have to help him,
Yeah.
but he's still refusing to stop beating.
and I'm doing CPR and he's getting harder.
Yeah.
And-
You have to save me.
And then
And
your
then-
DNA is on him, and it's
Yeah.
like,
and then
you
the door to
died
the,
him,
the door to
died-
the sauna swings open. And it's like, "Hi, I'm John Quinones."
What an amazing name.
just sweating profusely through his tan suit. Hi, I'm John Quinones. And that,
That would be a great scenario, man.
yeah.
I think if John Quinones came in, I do think he would say, "You did the right thing. That was the move." We said no beating up, but a firm talking to is the right answer.
And then a
Uh-huh.
CPR, which
And
is
then
even a better move.
CPR.
And then
saved
that,
his
that
life.
guy with Down
Rest
syndrome's
breathing.
behind him, and he's like, "Really good job." man."
But don't go to McDonald's.
We're real proud of you, man. Me and the other guys were sitting in the control room watching the monitors, and we were all saying that man he's got real character.
But I didn't know this. Gyms in New York, historically, sort of sauna specifically, historically, kind of a gay hookup
spaces,
spot, and
sure.
I had no idea.
Oh, wow.
I just like a steam. I like
Yeah.
a sweat. I like a good sweat going.
Yeah.
Clean your pores. You know.
Of course. I love a steam.
Nice schwitz.
I would like, if you could have one luxurious thing in your home, what would you pick? Sauna? Would you pick pizza oven? Would you pick a basketball court?
This is
That'd
what
be
I would
cool,
pick.
How about what wouldn't you do? And a guy comes into a restaurant and he goes up to someone's table and he's holding a gun to a man with Down syndrome's head, and he's like, "Either you suck my dick or I blow his brains out right now." And then the guy's like, the woman's crying, she doesn't know what to do, and eventually she gets on her knees and starts blowing the guy. And then it's like, "Hi, I'm John Quinones."
Oh, you'd let her blow him.
Wait, who are you?
I'm John Quinones.
Oh, but I mean, who is this for? Is it
it's
like
what-
an observer?
It's what wouldn't you do
What wouldn't you do? But
to save the retarded kid?
okay, so you're an
Would
observer
you
at a
not
different
suck a
table.
dick?
The woman is the one that's the mark.
Oh, okay, the woman's the mark.
And they're like, "We were just going to see if you would do it. And we were trying to find your limit."
It seems like what you're saying is televising rape.
That's
Yes.
still what would you do scenario. Though.
Yeah,
That's
I know,
still
but
what
it's-
would you do?
It's not
yeah.
what. Yeah, that's still what would you do.
Yeah,
That's a better show
would
if the
you
guy.
suck his dick to save a life?
That's a better show
I
if the
guess.
guy comes in and goes, "I'm not John Quinones. I'm just.
I would also like my dick sucked.
Yeah,
Please.
I'm just that guy's friend."
Yeah, that's interesting, Nick. I think ultimately kind of hard to get greenlit, but it's a
Yeah.
good idea.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
so. Yeah. I mean, we got to start taking meetings and stuff in Hollywood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
we
good
gotta
thing to pitch.
something.
Pitch that, and then see what it leads to.
The blackface John Wick.
That's true.
We came up with a couple good ones.
I
yesterday.
got fired from a writing gig one time. I was writing for reality TV, and this guy who was, I can't really say, but his IQ definitely was in the range of being considered mentally disabled,
Okay.
like around there, hovering around.
And he's
there,
your
right?
boss?
No, he is a guy. He is a guy.
Appearing on the show.
He is a guy who they are pitching to do a show called Zombie Hunter, right? Because this was when Bigfoot Hunter was big. So this guy is going to hunt zombies, which I should mention to your listeners don't exist.
Yeah.
There are none.
There's
And
it's
so-
not a real thing.
Well, it sounds like you would want a man that was mentally disabled.
Well,
and
right,
fucking
but
around.
so I got fired.
Welcome
from
to
this
Santa Hunter.
because I literally told this guy because, like, they're doing fucking 50 of these at a time. They're running through development.
Yeah.
And this guy is so psyched, and he's talking to me on the phone because I'm going to write it, right? And he goes, "I'm quitting my job at the gas station. This is going to be big." And I go, "Look, man, you don't quit your job."
Yeah.
I go, "A lot of times these things don't happen. Like, just hold off, keep your job."
Right.
Like, just wait.
Yeah.
And a fucking reality TV son of a bitch executive comes into my office.
Well,
and
Michael
goes,
drank all the
and
gasoline in his
goes,
job.
and goes, did somebody tell the fucking zombie hunter not to quit his job? Because now he's worried it's not going to happen. Who the fuck told him to keep his job? And I go, you evil piece of shit.
Yeah.
And they fired me for that, for telling
awesome.
a retarded guy.
And just to be clear, he still works at that gas station.
Yeah, just to be clear, I saved his job. There's no zombie hunter on TV.
Yeah.
And those evil people are like,
of
this guy
course.
can't take a meeting because he's working at the Sunoco.
Yeah.
You know, so fire the guy who told him not to quit his job and ruin his life to hunt zombies.
Wow.
Damn, dude. What if you fucked up your life too? What if that was going to be the
But
biggest
hold on,
hit
the
of
way
all
you
time?
hunt zombies is by shooting them in the head.
Right. I
So
mean,
who has this guy been hunting?
Here's
that
what
he
it-
thinks
Why is
zombies
he
are
the
real?
guy that's hunting?
this is what it was.
The only way, look, the only way you get a show about being a zombie hunter is if you're an expert on hunting zombies, right? And if zombies aren't real, then that means that they're like we're all on equal footing, assuming we haven't murdered anybody.
Right.
So this guy must have killed people.
No, his deal was much like the Bigfoot hunter guys. He was essentially a doomsday prepper, but weapon oriented. So they were gonna like.
Thankfully, the law.
They were gonna like
utilize.
utilize that. Like, here's a mentally disabled man with a basement full of like
Yeah.
crossbows and fucking ninja stars and shit. Like, and we'll just have him walk around the woods for a while,
Yeah.
you know, and
That's so
get
fucking
blurry
funny.
footage of like
Oh
a
my
guy.
God.
Like,
That's
Gonna
incredible.
shoot someone in the crew.
yeah.
Jesus.
So they
Christ.
wanted to make a documentary about Timothy McVeigh
right.
leading up to the Oklahoma
Right.
City bombing.
Right.
And probably, you know what? I mean, they're shitty enough to just watch that happen and be like, let this roll.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Let
Right.
this roll. Let's see where
This
this
is great
goes.
TV.
Yeah, they're like, he seems to be expecting a rather large zombie invasion. He's making a 75-pound fertilizer bomb. I think this is great preparation. He's now taking it away in a van.
Well, I'm off to hunt zombies at the synagogue down the street. And then, it's like, do you ever wonder why so much money goes to that zombie country? We have a $38 billion budget set aside for the zombie country's defense that they don't even need.
And it's like these
I don't know
zombies.
what you're
These
talking
zombies run the media.
Yeah. Never
And
seen
they're
any
so
footage of them?
annoying, and they're always sick.
They are. Yeah, they are annoying.
Disgusting.
That's awesome that
That's
that guy
so
has
funny.
fucking weapons just in some basement in Queens somewhere.
Yeah.
No, he was like a Southern guy. He was a Southern guy, and it was like, man, it was a low job. I was
Yeah.
like, I was glad to be out of there because it was
Right,
like,
right.
because you realize real quickly, and I knew going in, but I didn't know to the degree to which those low budget
Oh yeah.
reality shows are so fake.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
totally scripted, 100%
yeah,
scripted.
yeah, yeah.
It's just scripted with bad actors.
You could
Right.
you could never do it, but it would be fun to do like a sitcom about like just a regular like Muslim American guy, you know, like this, whatever that new Cal Penn show they got, or anyone, you know, like the woke comedies or whatever,
Right.
where it's just, you know, like him going on dates or like, you know, being in his job or whatever. But then throughout the series, he's slowly radicalized and eventually commits a terrorist attack on the show.
Yeah.
And you just sell it as like, and you just fucking you make sure a lot of people are watching it.
Right.
And then
The
network,
first 4 episodes are basically Master of None.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
the
He's
network,
on a date, and the girl has a microaggression
yeah,
against
the
him.
network can't make the difficult decision.
Yeah.
Where you're
What
like,
do you
either
mean
you
I
let
like
him,
spicy food.
you either let him blow himself up at the Boston Marathon, or we're not doing the show.
Slowly, there's like hijinks happening at flight training school.
Just to see if they would let you do that.
He's price
I'm gonna say
comparing.
no.
Probably not.
I'm gonna say yeah. I'm
I'm gonna go
these
ahead.
are great ideas.
No, I'm
glad
saying like if the Big Bang Theory went down a path
You have to go
now,
into
Oh,
like,
where the-
season
where
Indian
five.
Sheldon
guy.
is turning into a racist, you know, Nazi,
Yeah.
and then he goes to Charlottesville and drives a car through the crowd. If fucking like they demanded that that's what happened on the show,
The audience is huge.
there's no way. Yeah, there's no way they're gonna be like, well, we have to cancel Big Bang Theory. They're like, let's just deal with the backlash. Let him do it.
Who is making this demand? Sheldon himself, the actor, or the
Nick,
fan?
to be clear,
me
Nick is.
as the new showrunner.
Got it. Got it.
Big
Got
Bang
it.
Theory, whose authority is never to be challenged.
Chuck Lorre's like, Nick, you're my fucking heir apparent.
Yeah.
The Big Bang Theory.
And everyone's like, I don't know about this, but the kid from Roseanne is like, no, this is good. This is good.
Good for
I like
numbers.
this.
It's broad comedy.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's broad comedy, all right.
Damn, I would love to be like Chandler and just be addicted to pills.
Is he
And-
addicted to pills?
No, I mean
He
Matthew
was
Perry.
on coke a lot.
Matthew Perry was just gone.
He was
Yeah,
like
he was a pill
fat
guy.
and coke.
And
Respect.
the entire time that show was on, but just to be making millions of dollars an episode, you hate yourself. You thought you were gonna have all these projects and be a different kind of actor, and then your big break is still your big break, and you'll be remembered forever. But you just want to take those fucking pills and go home. Just turn it all off.
But you know what's frustrating
Yeah.
is like it doesn't have to be that. You could just be like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna do it. It's real easy now. I'm phoning it in.
Oh, I'm saying I want it to be that.
Oh, you would wallow in that. You would enjoy that.
I would, yeah.
Okay, yeah. 'Cause
Well, yeah, just take some pills, man.
Yeah,
you can do that without being on Friends.
to be a pill addict.
Yeah, like
You
you,
get
know.
addicted to
you don't
pills.
need the
Yeah, but there's
sitcom.
no honor in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not
gotta
that
be on
expensive.
Friends.
There's no. I mean, like obviously, you like take a look back at Friends, and Matthew Perry is the most honorable character.
He is the most honorable one.
If any,
Because he can
if,
still act and be on pills.
if any of them were close to being samurai, it would be him.
You would say
Absolutely.
Chandler?
Yeah.
He was a Ronin.
I would say Joey.
Yeah. Why?
Just he
He never said anything bad about the
Remember
Italian
calling people gay? Why?
gay Y.
He was a gay wad and then a gay Y.
Gay wad.
Yeah. Why you gay Y? You
I don't
know that?
remember that.
No, I don't remember
Is that
gay
a thing?
Y.
Yeah, it is a thing.
I remember gay wad.
What is a gay
I was
wad?
reminded of
It's
it
just like a
recently.
bundled up piece of gay.
It's you.
What do you mean a wad? But a wad? A
You're
wad
a
of
gay
what?
wad.
Doesn't make
wad.
any sense to me.
You're a gay wad.
What, a crumpled up piece of gay? Is that what it is?
I guess maybe come.
Kind of
No,
like
it's
a
your
soggy.
cum that's going into a man. So you're
Yeah.
like, you're a
Oh, a
gay,
gay
you're-
wad.
you're
Oh,
a gay
you're a
wad.
wad.
Yeah, you've
So
been.
it's the actual nut. It's the bust.
I mean, I don't think so until you made me think about it. But now, if I had to put a
I don't
definition
think.
on it,
I think it's more of a poetic thing.
yeah, I think it's.
I liked
a-
butt pirate. That was good.
Of course.
That's it. You seemed like very swashbuckling.
No, but see, that had the
Anal
problem
sex
with that
on
is
it.
that had
Makes
a,
me think of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, me too.
it also had
Love
a,
those movies.
Get
But
'em.
Jerry Bruckheimer.
You know what it makes me think of is those Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
butt pirate has a rape connotation to it, though. I feel like because
Yeah.
pirates
Oh,
just
it
take
does.
what they want.
I thought it was more of like a just having fun kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem like
Arr.
fun chaps.
Yeah.
No, the pirate life
Couple
was
of
much
jolly-
less fun than you'd think.
Jolly
Yeah,
Rogers.
but that's not how it's
Yeah.
been sold to us.
But
Yeah.
yeah, the idea of like frilly blouses and having sex with each other and getting diamonds and stuff.
Yeah.
You keep birds.
I would love to be a
You
space
drink-
pirate. That'd be tight. I got a spaceship, an eye patch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know.
that'd be pretty good.
Yeah, your spaceship's always like almost falling apart.
Yeah.
And you're working on it.
Yeah, we need 80 more melanin crystals.
Melanin
To
crystal.
get the hyperdrive working. Oh, slavery is returning. In space.
Oh,
And one melanin crystal is what you call a black person.
Well, but you cook them down into
Oh,
I saw.
to fuel the
Interesting.
hyperdrive. We're 50 parsecs away from the next melanin repository.
This sounds basically Star Wars.
It is Star Wars.
Okay.
I will
The
admit
force is
there's a bit of
melanin?
plagiarism happening here.
So is Star Wars racist?
Oh, this is a new one for us.
They're like the redo was pretty good. It was
yeah.
very similar. There was just a slight change.
No, I like this.
There was a melanin aspect
Yes.
that I did not see coming.
Here's the thing. Although I don't agree with its politics, in terms of making big money,
Yeah.
so most people like Star Wars now that it's very, a lot of, there's women involved, there's different ethnicity involved,
Yeah.
but you're now angry nerds.
You're right. No women were previously involved in
Well,
Star
you know
Wars.
what I mean. Everyone's mad about Rey being
Yeah,
a main
yeah.
character. It's woke. Star Wars is
Right.
woke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick is suggesting something for the other side of the aisle.
And that's what Star Wars is about balance.
The Force.
Yeah,
being
there
yeah,
has
yeah,
to be a
good
balance.
versus evil.
You're doing the Sith version.
Yeah.
Dark versus the light. Now-
in a way, Darth Vader becomes even more of a good guy than Luke because he overcame the darkness to return to the light.
Oh.
So if you have a racist character that's unapologetically racist, and then presumably in some future movie he's going to be like, "Oh, I was wrong," but we don't even have to make that.
The dark side is you become
Yeah.
black.
No, hold on. Let him finish.
we can just
That can be
see this-
assumed.
you can assume that, but then we get to see this guy just being racist as hell, with not a care in the world. This is the big bad racist guy in the galaxy, and we all love him for it.
Okay.
Arguably, Jar Jar Binks more racist than everything you just described.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Because he was
He's
they
a lazy Jamaican.
yeah, right. So like everything you described
Hard R
was tame
Binks.
compared to what they already did.
Yeah.
Which was make a black alien that was
Big ass lips.
But guess
talk
what?
like an idiot.
Bug
Guess what?
eyes.
Maybe you're the racist one because he's actually a member of the parliament or the Senate or whatever
That
that
is
was.
true.
Yeah. So he overcame being a retarded Jamaican person who's incredibly lazy and always messing up to becoming a member of
And
parliament.
he spoke like.
Yeah, he's sort of the AOC of their.
Oh.
What do they give to that? What does that Blade Runner get in prison? You know, what kind of legs do they give him?
You mean?
Yeah, I don't know what made me think of him, but yeah, what is what does he get in prison? Like
Does
He doesn't get cool blades.
does he get prosthetics at all, or
Maybe he's
or a
bad. They
wheelchair?
take his legs
They
away.
give him pegs.
Yeah,
'Cause he's a
I think-
murderer.
I guess because if you have a double, I don't think you can really walk well with double prosthetics. I don't know. He might just be in a wheelchair.
They took his scoops away from him.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they certainly didn't give him those like $100,000 blades back.
Why?
What if
I
they're
mean,
his?
Yeah, they're his.
Yeah, but you forfeit a lot of stuff when you kill your wife.
Yeah, it would be funny to
That
be
is
the
true.
guy that's bullying him in prison, and you're just walking around with those taped to the bottom of your regular feet. And he's just mobile, like, man, I got some new kicks.
Well, I was like how
He's
like
just on the floor.
you know how like you ever get in a fight with a girl and like
Physical fight.
halfway through you realize like
Oh, I've
This-
lost control.
this
The
is a-
therapist was wrong.
Yeah.
Those fantasies were leading to something.
I gotta call my most trusted friend with a car.
I got to find a way to
Yeah.
pin this on Anthony.
No, you ever fight with a girl and like halfway through you realize like, oh, this fight is about something different.
Yeah,
we're not
every
fighting.
time.
And like, I love that that's what happened to OJ. Like he like was on trial for stealing his own sports memorabilia, and then the judge was like, "That'll be 30 years in jail," and he was like, "Oh." This is about that other thing.
They're getting me on this.
Yeah, this was not about a jersey.
This is a reverse Al
Yeah.
Capone,
Yeah.
basically.
I've always said he should have used the defense that he accidentally killed her. It was manslaughter, not murder, because he was just as clumsy as his character in the Naked Gun series.
Oh, that's pretty good. What I think is fascinating is so he golfs, right?
Of course.
He golfs. I've read he golfs on public courses, and you know if you go to a public golf course as a single, if it's busy. They pair you. They
group
put
you.
you. They group you because foursomes move the course along faster. So if you're just like three bros going out to golf, and they're like, "Hold on a second, we've got a fourth joining you," and you're like, "Oh fuck, that's OJ
that would
Simpson."
rule.
And then you'd have to just play the round of golf.
That would be
and
the
just-
best round of golf ever.
Do you
dude.
think?
Yeah.
I mean,
I would love to
He's
be
so
with the Jews.
charismatic.
Yeah.
would you broach the subject of
Yeah, you would-
killing his wife?
You would casually keep talking about the statute of limitations.
Yeah, exactly.
With friends, you'd be like, dude, I robbed the bank in 1993, and I fucking brag about it all the time. Because it's too late. They already lost out.
Yeah.
Spy.
Anyways, do you have any stories like that? Since we're all telling stories here.
Stories that are over 15 years old.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't, but if I did do it,
Yeah, but if I did, here's the story I had. I would also just want to hear his regular life story. He's an interesting
He
guy.
ran for over 2,000 yards.
Yep,
That's
NFL legend.
That's crazy.
And you know
Workhorse
what?
back.
You know what? When you watch that documentary, his dad was gay, and everyone made fun of him.
That's
for it.
true. Yeah.
So that's probably pretty interesting.
did
So
they?
in a way, gay people.
They
responsible.
killed
Yeah.
Nicole Brown Simpson.
It's interesting. I never thought about it that way.
The real criminal is Marcus Allen, who fucked his
Yes.
friend's wife.
That
That's
is
you don't
pretty-
do that.
that
You-
is pretty
The
up.
blood is on your hands, Marcus Allen.
Although-
If you're listening, which I'm sure you are.
Yeah, Mark Allen loves us, dude.
Yeah.
That is pretty rude of him to fuck his friend's wife. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
But do you think OJ was a good friend?
No.
He's probably a sociopath, right?
Yeah. He was. He thought of himself as the alpha dog, like he can fuck with everyone else.
It probably was funny to fuck OJ's. They probably weren't really friends.
Well, it probably was funny. Like,
And
Mark
then,
sounds like, fuck, man, I was just having a laugh. I didn't know you were going to kill her. And that guy wasn't even her boyfriend. You're just going to kill.
Really?
No,
I didn't
that
know
dude
that.
was just her friend.
He never got pussy?
No,
I think
he was just
fucked.
no. I believe he was
run.
gay.
Was he gay?
That's what I think. Yeah,
Wait, so
I
his
think he was just
parents,
a
like covering
friend.
it up by saying like, "Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he was fucking that
Our
woman."
son killed
And
for
now they're
really
together in heaven.
fucking that pussy
Well,
up.
our son's probably fucking her in heaven right now.
So this New York Times story just came out. It's about like the immigrants that have to like buy medallions. They have to, like,
taxi medallions.
medallion. Do you know how the medallion system works?
Yeah, it's
like
It's
$40,000.
like basically like stock trading. I mean,
Yeah.
the value goes up and
The
down.
value goes
They're worth incredible amount of money.
This dumbass Egyptian guy that lives in like a shanty in presumably this neighborhood.
Queens.
Yeah, spent 800. Oh, you know where he lives, Adam? In this article that just came out that you haven't even seen?
It looks like Queens in that
and
picture.
it doesn't look like Queens to me.
It seems like a
The
Well,
picture that Adam has
a Queens
identified
style
with
Yeah.
as Queens is literally
It's a garage.
just the garage door
don't
is
see
all
a lot
you
of
can
garages.
see. It's
You don't see a lot of garages in Brooklyn. It's a Queens thing. You know how guys
There's
say
no
that.
identifying
People
information in
say
that
that.
picture whatsoever.
People
Just
say
a
that.
close up of the man's
They
face.
stand
That looks
outside
like
their
Queens.
garage and say it's a Queens.
Oh, that guy, that's Midwood. That's
Yeah.
Midwood
Right.
for sure.
He lives in a neighborhood, but probably this one. Oh no, it's Queens. I know for sure.
Looks like Queens.
I'm taking the opposite position.
I'm gonna say Queens, not this neighborhood.
You smell like pee, by the way.
Let's find out.
That might be
smell
me.
like
I didn't shake my dick good
It's
at
Adam.
the
Just
coffee
go
shop.
out of the
It's
shower.
Adam. I
It's
can smell
Adam.
from
Adam
here.
went to Queens to drink pee before he came to the show.
Why would I do that? That's so out of my way.
Because they got
Because you love the way it
garages.
looks.
Yeah.
The
you love,
pee?
you love going to Queens and remarking on the way it looks and how much you. Oh, I know this neighborhood. I come here to drink pee all the time
Are you upset that I said that garage was in Queens?
because it's not in
Because it was
Queens.
Let's find out where it is. This is interesting.
I'm skimming.
How
now
did it
to
make
try-
you feel?
This would be cool if
Contradicted.
I'm having fun either
Saab,
way.
where do you park your car?
I have a garage.
Oh yeah, under his.
You have a
apartment,
garage?
right?
I do.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
There's,
nice.
there's,
It's a Queens
There's
thing.
a garage literally a block over.
That's nice.
A garage that looks exactly like this.
Yeah, of
Watch
course.
this.
There's garages throughout
What- you know-
Brooklyn,
you know-
Queens, Staten Island,
It'd
everywhere.
be hilarious if this was next door
Not so
to
much.
Adam's
That
apartment.
would be awesome.
No,
I need to know where
I'm
it
pretty
is.
in touch with the culture.
Oh yeah,
Of mine.
I'm sure you're very accepted in your neighborhood.
Well, the one thing going for Adam is that a lot of taxi drivers do live in Queens.
Yeah,
And
most of
I'm
them
basing
do.
that on the night of
Wait, hold
the
on.
HBO.
Did everybody? This sounds like I'm going to say this, and it seems like something that probably people already knew. But the former chairman of the National Credit Union Administration's name is Dennis Dollar.
Nuh-uh.
Wow,
That
incredible.
rules.
Yeah.
And look at
Oh,
that
that's
bitch face.
awesome.
Yeah.
But what was Nick the
No.
original point
No.
of the
We have
article?
to. No,
Oh, we have
Brent,
to
that's
follow
not
it.
how
Just-
things go here.
Just laughing at this dumb immigrant for spending $890,000 on a
That's
taxi
so
medallion.
sad.
oh no.
But
so
don't
sad.
they? Isn't that what they're around? What they're trading at? I mean, guys make money off those.
I
Like,
thought they
Well, he
were
took
like
a loan out.
$40,000.
no. They're
Well,
big.
here's-
They're more than
The
that.
point is that you're never going to make $1 million driving a cab. So it's like it's just. I mean,
No,
I
but-
don't have
but-
any other option. I
but
guess,
it's like a house. It's like
Yeah.
yes, you won't make $1 million driving the cab, but when you retire, you can also sell that medallion.
Right. That
So
you have a
you
mortgage
make
on.
whatever money you're making.
Sure.
You make payments on the medallion, but then also you can sell whatever portion of that medallion you've made payments on. So it's like it's like an investment.
investment. Interesting.
But it's like if the I mean, what are the terms of the loan? Is it a 200-year loan?
Right.
You're taking
yeah,
out an
right.
What's the
$890,000
what's the-
loan. If it's a
Right.
30-year loan, I mean, your payments are going to be
Right.
through the fucking roof,
Right.
especially for a cab driver. So, you would just. I mean, it's not. Look, it's not
Especially in an
industry.
industry that's failing right
Yeah.
now. Too.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of guys invested. There were guys that owned like 10 medallions
Yeah.
as an investment and rented them out. And then Uber came out and it fucking the bubble burst on those
Yeah.
things, and they went from like 1.4 million to this 890,000.
Damn,
guy.
for
Probably
real?
Yeah. I mean, they were
didn't know it
they were
was that much
expensive.
money.
Yeah, they were a lot of money because
Jesus
because the
Christ.
city there's too many fucking cabs. So they have to make a system where you can't. They have to limit. That's why the tolls are so expensive, because they can't have enough fucking.
Right.
They don't want cars in the city. There's too many.
Yeah.
That's why all the tunnels are $13. You know, because they're like, stay the fuck out of here.
Damn, dude. Uber must be fucking up traffic then. Truly. And people get raped and shit, which is pretty fucked up.
In Uber?
And it's a horrible job.
Oh, yeah.
They don't make shit.
Yeah.
It's a fucked up.
Dude,
something's going to
Uber
happen.
helps them lease the cars, and then they're just basically indentured servants. Where they have to like pay. They're like sharecroppers. Like pay Uber for the car.
Have you ever given anyone
work.
anything other than a 5-star rating?
I honestly never. I don't think I've ever.
I gave a
rated
guy a
anyone.
1-star rating one time, but I had already yelled at him and called him a faggot prior to getting out of the car. So it's like,
Oh, I saw Nick. Was that when you put your foot on the thing?
I did not put my foot on the thing. So these fucking assholes are
I
like,
was
"Oh, don't
there.
put your feet on my seats," and I'm like, "I don't. My legs are just crossed. I'm not putting my feet on your fucking seats." And I had one guy do it, and then he was like,
We were on the way
"Well,
to
you
the
put your
airport."
feet on the seat," and I'm like, "No, you weren't there for it. This was a different time." And he's like, "You put your feet on the seat?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Yeah, we'll see about that." And I was like, "See about what, you fucking faggot?" And then I took my phone out and I started recording him. And I was like, look at the fucking seat. There's nothing on it. I was like shoving the camera in his face.
You just had gotten in?
No, I was getting out. I was
you
on the
were
way
getting
out.
out. Gotcha.
And this bitch is sitting there like passively aggressive, like thinking I have my feet, and I just don't.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
you could just fucking turn around and look.
Yeah.
And it's look before
That
you
guy's
sit there.
life
"Oh,
sucks,
yeah."
though.
Okay,
He doesn't
so
make shit.
I got a Uber in Little.
he got paid for that ride.
I got a Uber
He
in.
just also got a 1-star for being a fucking asshole.
I got an
Amen.
Uber in Little Rock, and the guy the whole trip just won't stop talking about. It's trips like these that cost me money. I need the Uber X's. That's what I need. Or the Uber Blacks. I need the Uber Blacks. This kind of shit, this costs me money. And I go, well, you didn't have to pick me up.
Yeah.
What are you talking
a
about?
guilt trip.
I want to listen to this the whole time. Like, don't pick me up, man.
Yeah.
Is there a glut of Uber Blacks being called on a Tuesday in Little Rock, Arkansas? Who was the mayor going out to lunch? You fucking asshole. These guys the whole time, every mile it's caught because with the car, the payment I'm making on the car plus the gas, I'm losing money taking you to your hotel. Well, fuck you, don't take me there.
Yeah, well, it's because if they decline rides, then like they're less likely to get rides
Right.
in the future. But it's like you're complaining to the wrong guy.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tip you well. I always like if they're nice, because I understand it's the whole gig economy thing sucks, and it's like yes, I get it. They chose to do it, but still,
I don't tip on Ubers and Lyfts
no,
because it's new.
yeah.
And like I tip in cabs, but I mean I don't know. I mean I guess it's
You don't tip?
at this point.
You
It's
gotta
stupid.
tip.
Well, no, because it's new, and I feel like if enough people don't, I mean, the way it should work is nobody fucking tips, and then Uber's forced to pay these people that compensate them fairly.
But how do they?
They're not going to compensate.
How do they
them fairly.
claim to report losses too? They say like, oh, our company loses like hundreds of millions of dollars a year.
Who?
Uber.
They do.
That's what they say.
Yeah, they do because they
Yeah.
don't because it's not
For what? What are
because
they
it's
doing?
not-
They just have an app.
No,
the people
no,
are
no.
driving the cars.
Well, I mean, obviously, there's people that work at the fucking company.
Yeah,
that
they're like okay,
offices.
They're losing hundreds of millions
They
of dollars
probably-
off of
they probably
lawyers.
buy
They probably have
expensive
advertisement,
Yeah.
advertisement, recruitment,
Yeah,
I think
training.
it's
They have
bullshit. I think
overhead.
it's fake.
They have
and I think that they're
overhead.
saying they're losing money, so they don't have to pay fucking taxes.
Well, the way a lot of those companies get away with not paying taxes is they give away a lot of shares and then count those as like costs.
yeah,
Right.
So, and I mean, that's what like Amazon and Delta does.
right.
But
Did you see that Delta sign that was like buy a PS4 instead of joining the union? Sick.
That is smart.
Or instead of having health insurance, what was it?
Union.
It was union. Yeah,
Uber's IPO was one of the most
it's fake.
unsuccessful.
One of the shittiest things.
It was one of the most unsuccessful first day offerings of all time.
Really,
But
For a
percentage
company going
wise.
public. Yeah.
Percentage wise, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good. I hope
Um,
they fucking fail.
And a lot of people
And I'm gonna
made
use
a lot
it
of people
every
made a
day.
lot of money. A lot of people made a lot of money shorting them because people kind of knew, like hedge fund guys knew, like this is going to tank immediately because it's a shitty company.
What's the bet? The bet is that eventually they'll have robot cars and not have to pay the people at all. And they'll
That's
make
what
all
they
the money.
think. Yeah, that's what they think.
That's their bet
But
that they're
that's
making.
dude, that's so far away. the idea that that's close is far fetched because they haven't even figured out because it's not just the technology is close, but there's a whole fucking spider web of things to get through in terms of what happens if someone dies, who's liable, if there's a crash, all this there's so many red flags to get through before that. At least I would, and I'm obviously a dumb comedian, but I would say 20 years before self-driving cars are on the road as a normal thing.
It'd be so sick. You get drunk as hell, just go home.
Well, what's the difference between that with the driver?
No, I'm saying like if you have your own self-driving
car.
Oh, yeah. You can get in your own damn car and go home.
Well, I used to get
mad. You jack off in the car.
You jack off. You get your dick sucked.
Get your dick sucked.
The car could suck your dick.
How is that different from now, though?
Well, you have to drive and get your dick sucked, and that could be distracting.
Yeah, but you can do all that.
If a robot...
Not really.
You can drive, get your dick sucked.
How am I supposed to drive and suck a guy's dick at the same time?
There he is.
It's dangerous.
Yeah. Adam gives roadhead while driving.
I always just take the wheel, please. I'll work the pedals.
Well, it's a very short man standing up on the seat.
Oh, that's cool.
I always get mad.
Maybe he's on his knees.
Yeah.
I always get mad when people are like, man, I thought there'd be flying cars by now. And it's like, oh, you mean like a sort of a 5-seat vehicle that can fly in the air?
Yeah.
They're called helicopters.
Right.
You just wanted easier,
Yeah.
less expensive flying cars.
Also,
like,
if it fucks me up that just video chatting is just real. Like that's something that straight up was in movies.
Jetsons.
It was just like it's like we've got half the future. I mean, the other half sucks dick.
well, and there's stuff we don't even know about.
Yeah, dude. The
You know?
military's got.
The military has next level shit. They're probably
The
down.
Navy spent like all this fucking money on that rail gun, and then they got it to like work, and they're like, "Yeah, we're never going to use this." They're like, "Yeah,
Also, don't we just not know what their actual budget? They probably are just doing shit that's wild, dude.
Well, you know what's really wild is like I was looking into this because it frustrated me that billionaires were donating to rebuild Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Because I understand the Catholic Church doesn't own Notre Dame; it's owned by the French government. But the Catholic Church uses it, and their contract is that they're allowed to use it in perpetuity, forever,
right.
for free.
Right.
So essentially, they own it. You
Yeah.
know, and so the idea that these billionaires would donate to something that the Catholic Church essentially owns was crazy to me. And I was like trying to get a handle on what is the actual wealth of the Catholic Church, and it's so vast that literally they don't know. Yeah. They have no way of knowing
because there's no way to value.
You can't.
Cathedral. From
exactly.
Years ago.
And so they also spread out all the wealth. They're not centralized. So the individual dioceses own their own real estate, and that way they kind of protect themselves at an international tax level, and they also protect themselves from kids who got fucked suing them because, the Buffalo diocese could go bankrupt, but the Vatican could never go bankrupt.
Sure.
And then on top of that,
no child's asshole is worth the entire Catholic Church. I mean, it's wrong that they're molesting the kids, but I don't think you should get a settlement of $800 trillion.
But what's fast? Yeah,
what if it's a really juicy little asshole?
I mean,
what's the best child?
And then that's the day Jesus Christ walks again on this earth.
But it's wild. They don't even know because you can't value like the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. You can't. They just have vaults full of like Sumatran gold coins. It's like how much is that worth? I don't fucking know. Like they're just so they report their wealth as like $36 billion, but there's people who estimate it at like $1 trillion.
Damn,
we were talking about like
should we steal those coins?
The military and their budget or whatever. And I was thinking the other day about like, you know, how Oppenheimer like quoted the Bhagavad Gita when they dropped the atomic bomb.
Yeah.
And he's like, but I was just like, I mean, it's such like a deliberate thing to say. I am become death, destroyer of worlds. That leading up to the dropping of the atomic bomb, Oppenheimer's like in the shower, like, oh, I'm going to say that.
100%.
That's gonna be a cool
Yeah,
thing to say.
instead of trying to stop it, he's like,
oh, that's gonna be such a sick thing.
people
to
are gonna
say.
love this. People are gonna
and then
love this.
they're in the room and they watch the bomb drop and like people are reacting. He's like, "I'm become death, destroyer." Then somebody else talks and he waits till they finish. He goes, "I'm become death, destroyer of worlds."
That's great.
Tries to get it in.
Oh, what's that? Oh, it's a thing. It's from the Bhagavad Gita. It's like a thing.
It's something I just thought of.
It's a thing that this reminds
This reminded
me
me of
of.
it.
You know,
Just did anyone write it down? Because I think it's important that people know.
yeah. I mean, I don't. Sometimes I say cool stuff. I get
Yeah, no. It's not
No,
like
I-
you have to tell the press about it. But
Yeah.
I mean, I would. I would.
Why it's so funny to me is because it's like this juxtaposition of like one of humanity at large's lowest moments.
Yeah.
One of the
Right.
worst things people have ever done to each
Maybe
other.
the worst thing.
Paired with a very like quotidian type of human like patheticness. That's something that everybody
Wanting
does.
to be cool.
Something that everybody does
Uh-huh.
every single day, and they're paired in that moment,
Yeah.
almost like splitting an atom. If you think
Wow.
about it.
Yeah.
And I think to
That
myself,
was very
I am
smart,
become
Nick.
death, destroyer. of worlds.
I like that Neil Armstrong fucked his moment up, and
Yeah.
and no one bothers to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
He said, "One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind."
Yeah.
Man, if you say man without saying a man,
Yeah, for
you
me.
mean mankind.
He did say that. They misheard him.
Oh, they misheard him. He said
that's what I remember learning.
Small step for a man.
it should the quote should have been one small step for a man,
Yeah.
one giant leap for mankind. But if
Yeah.
you say one small step for man, that's the same as saying one small step for mankind. Man and mankind.
Buzz
are the
Aldrin's
same.
just
Right,
falling
man
out
is-
of the,
yeah.
the lander, and he's like, "I'm become death, destroyer."
Yeah, yeah. Do mine, do mine.
Damn,
Where
this
the
shit is
pussy
fucking
at?
cool. Yeah. Where's all this? Where the moon pussy at? That's what I'm saying. If I'm the first,
That's like, remember when
astronaut.
Buzz Aldrin punched that?
For guy for saving the moon.
That old man.
Yeah, he
that
punched
was
that guy in the
sick.
face.
that rock?
That was sick.
Yeah.
Respect the Buzz.
He had a
dude.
punch on him for an old man.
Yeah, dude.
It was cool to see an old man.
He could
fight.
probably still fuck you up.
He punched another old man, right?
I don't know, I think it was
I think it was a younger
Was
guy.
it a younger guy?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
A fake moon guy though. That's not a guy that you could probably fuck those guys up.
Yeah, those guys are nerds.
Buzz
Yeah.
Aldrin wasn't. Don't you have to be like in the army and a scientist to be an astronaut?
Especially in the early astronauts,
Yeah.
yeah. But now they kind of combine both. Usually they have like a Navy test pilot becomes the pilot, and then there's highly trained scientists. or
Yeah.
scientists.
You've seen Prometheus.
Yeah.
You know how it works.
I
But
haven't.
Oh.
the funny thing about space exploration is how quickly they realize, like, oh, we can get to the moon, but everything else is so fucking far away.
Yeah.
Like, and there's nothing. All that's on the moon is dust and rocks.
Yeah.
So, like, we pretty much can pack it in
Yeah.
till someone figures out how to get to Mars, which is also dust and rocks.
Yeah.
We're pretty much fucked. Because, like,
Is there any cool shit?
no, the moon is so much closer to us than anything else by orders of magnitude.
Yeah.
Like to get to Mars, the moon, you get to the moon in 2 days.
I'm excited for the Chinese to continually try and land people on the sun. And just kill hundreds of their astronauts.
Yeah.
Okay, try again. Okay,
Well,
next time.
Aren't they talking about sending motherfuckers to Mars and you just die there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
That shit would suck.
that's why we need the Russians.
There's-
Russians love doing shit like that.
Oh, dude, Laika, the dog, that fucking dog. First of all, they picked that dog because one of the researchers saw it on the street just sitting very still, and he said, "Well, that seems like a good dog to send to space. It doesn't move very much."
But to be fair, we send the chimp, which is a much more intelligent
Right.
animal, and like
It's a relative of ours.
it's a relative of ours and a much more cruel act than
Right.
sending a dog into
Right,
space.
for sure.
Dogs may be sweeter,
Yeah,
but if you really dig deep into it,
sure. A
Americans are worse.
And Laika,
Oh, yeah.
Laika had no windows. No windows, just send him out into space. Do you know, here's a thing.
The chimp didn't have any bananas.
Yeah, it's rough.
yeah.
I stumbled upon this information that I thought was interesting. Bubbles, remember Michael Jackson's
yeah.
shit?
Yeah.
Still alive
Yeah.
Really?
in an animal sanctuary in Florida.
He's doing okay?
Wow.
Yeah, the rare case of being outlived by your own bait.
yeah. Also, what a step down. The one chimp that like had to go to a shittier place.
Well, and
all the other chimps are like
Neverland Ranch was probably way
probably
sicker than
awesome.
an animal sanctuary.
Well, and he traveled with him too.
Yeah,
so
he
like,
rode on the
and these other
Concorde.
chimps definitely don't believe him. And he's like, "Bro, I wore velour tracksuits. Like, I had tea with the Prime Minister of Japan."
That's the thing too. Is like chimps. Well, you know, Evan Williams used to do that joke about the chimp Quan or whatever.
No.
Kwanzaa. He used to have some bit about like some like that, similar to that, where it's like a chimp that was like that got like was in movies and then had to go back to the zoo. And then, I mean, I don't even know if Evan does this anymore. And now that I think about it, it's kind of racist. But the other chimps are like, because, you know, the chimp's name was Kwanzaa, and then it went to Hollywood to be in movies or something, and then it came back and they had to change the chimp's name to Quan, because like the Kwanzaa, you know, and the other chimps are just like, "Oh, you Quan now, huh?" Yeah, you got all famous, now you Quan.
That's funny.
Yeah.
There's this.
I don't know if he does that. I saw
Probably
him-
not because
I think I saw him do it at an open mic like 7 years ago.
So
Yeah, that's
I
fun-
went
that's
down.
The thing with chimps is they turn like 6 and then they're
Well, that's
Yeah,
why
they
Michael
go,
Jackson got rid of him, because like people were like,
Doesn't
"Oh, he
wanna
got
fuck him.
tired of him," and it's like, no,
the rest of them. He turned 6.
Yeah.
And that was the end of him.
Yeah, it's like, no, he got rid. They'll rip your fucking face off, man. But
Mostly they rip your heart out. They turn 7 and they break your heart with their little mustaches and the voice starting getting all deep. It's that's disrespectful. We had something special.
they start growing hair in places I don't like there to be hair. I don't like there to be hair down there.
like to get his nipples played with. I watched the first ep. He
Yeah.
had babies tweak his nipples and suck his dick.
There's-
Show hole.
Pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would make the kids bend over and he would beat off to their asshole.
That's wild.
there's a great. So I went
Not
down
that big
this.
a deal.
I went down this Bubbles like rabbit hole because I was fascinated that he was still alive, because I had no idea how old chimps live.
Yeah.
And on his Wikipedia, there's one standalone sentence. It's not a paragraph. It's just one sentence that just some guy put in there that just says, "Bubbles did not attend Jackson's memorial service." it's like, yeah, man, he's a fucking chimp.
yeah.
He doesn't attend it.
Yeah.
Like nobody was like, after everything Michael did for that monkey, and he's a no-show.
Now, how much does he remember? That's the other thing. I mean,
Nothing.
But chimps are
Oh, chimps
smart
are
as shit.
Do
smart.
they have
yeah.
object permanence? And
Yeah.
But that was true about the tea with the Prime Minister of Japan. And do you
yeah.
know how big
They
of
know
a
they're
pop
alive?
star you have to be for the Prime Minister of
bring your
Japan
monkey?
to invite you to a ceremonial, traditional Japanese tea ceremony, and you'd be like, "Yes, I'll be bringing my monkey," and him not canceling.
I mean, of course he got to fuck kids. He
The
got to
monkey-
bring his monkey
yeah.
to the Japanese tea
The
ceremony.
monkey pisses on the floor and
Yeah.
they make the monkey cut its pinky off.
yeah. Bubbles.
That is fuck. Yeah. Does he remember? Does he wistfully think
I
of
think he
Michael?
probably remembers. Yeah. Like Coco the gorilla had relationships
Yeah,
with
she
with
remembered
people.
Robin Williams.
But it's interesting.
She got sad when he died. Yeah, I swear. Don't you remember that?
Yeah, that
So
video of
sad.
them telling the gorilla that Robin Williams died.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I've never
hilarious.
seen
It's
it.
like, why? She doesn't need to know
It's
that.
so funny to see that monkey upset.
Coco was so nice.
Yeah.
It's a killing machine, Adam. You can't trust it.
Not true.
It's built to kill.
She
It
was
is
like
built-
Well, you
hugged
know
people and
that
did sign language.
Coco the gorilla like sexually assaulted people, right?
What?
No,
Yeah.
that was that dolphin.
No, Coco the gorilla. When women would go visit it, Coco would demand to see.
Oh,
their
so now you're
breasts.
me tooing Coco. She's a lesbian.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, she would make. She would like sign.
Would they
that-
show tits?
The fucking scientists would be like, "Look, it's an 800-pound gorilla. You better do what it says."
You can't do it.
Nah.
Look it up, dude. It's 100% true.
That's pretty wild, honestly.
It's, every detail I've said is correct.
Look, it's on you.
I
Do
am
what
not
you
going to look it up.
do
but
what
I
you want to
believe you,
do.
man.
But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, he's pretty big.
Yeah.
You make your own choice, but she'll fuck you up.
She's
so
smart enough to know sign language, and she's deaf. So no, even if it does mean no, it doesn't matter.
She's
Yeah.
not deaf.
Well, no sign language.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
just 'cause
but
it's
she just
stupid.
because she can't talk. She doesn't have vocal cords.
That's
For a while, I was trying to do
that
some
are
gay ass
powerful
joke about how like, why are we only teaching the deaf gorillas how to talk?
Oh, yeah.
How about that, huh?
That's really good.
That's good.
who's
Yeah,
is a
that
gorilla?
that was the weed era.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Is a gorilla smarter than a chimp?
I don't know.
That shit would be front page of Reddit, though. It was on like a meme
If a
or
gorilla
something.
is smarter than a chimp, that would be on the front page.
No.
of Reddit.
Why they only teach gorillas, the deaf ones? Or something.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
could
yeah,
put
yeah.
that on a stand-up shots thing.
Yeah, that would.
You
that would
know,
blow up.
Velociraptor.
Who's that?
Remember those old memes
Yeah,
where it's like the raptor and scumbag Steve and all that kind of shit?
sure. I have no idea what you're talking about, but yeah.
You remember that shit.
I just got into memes. I'm making memes now. I just started. I had a good one the other day. It's late. I'm late in the game.
Yeah.
But there was CNN had an article of Prince William, and he was pointing at his head,
Yep.
and it said Prince William opens up about the loss of his mother, and I crossed out mother and wrote hair. I said, this is meme gold, baby.
Yeah.
This is meme
Loss of
gold.
his hair.
Sure.
I'm a meme guy now,
You should
Yeah.
work for Fuck Jerry, dude. That's
Yeah, I've
huge.
tried to. I called him. I
thought
said,
it'd be tight
Put this shit on
if
there.
Prince William, his kid, comes out black and he's like, "What the fuck? Whose kid is this?" And then he gets mad at his wife.
No, you're thinking of Prince
oh,
Harry.
your hair. That's
Prince,
Harry.
Harry.
I'm not going to learn them. I'm not going to learn.
Harry
Don't ask
is a
me to learn.
redhead that's married to a half black.
Look, we
woman.
didn't fight the Revolutionary War for me to learn which princes are the bald one and which
I
ones.
agree.
Well,
I agree
and I'll be
that's-
honest
The
with you.
miscegenating prince. I don't have time to understand these distinctions.
I'll be
Is that
honest with you.
does that word have a negative connotation?
I think so. Yeah.
Kind of. Kind of.
I let me think about it. Yes, actually.
Kind of funnier if it were Prince William.
Yeah.
I have to admit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kind of a crazier
is
situation where you're just like,
funnier.
how do you even get in here?
Yeah.
There's all sorts of Secret
Well, the
Service.
thing is, though,
No.
if you're Meghan Merkel, you can go fuck a black guy and cheat on your husband and give birth to the black guy's kid. And then when the white guy's like, I don't know, he looks a little dark, you could just be like, excuse me?
Right, right.
It's the perfect crime, really, if you
Yes.
think about it.
And then we get a black king of England.
Yeah, that should
No,
be it.
I
no.
thought it was really
How about
nice.
the Kings of England? And it's D.L. Hughley and Cedric the Entertainer and Steve Harvey.
That's
Sir
good.
Cedric the Entertainer.
Yeah.
And
Has he
just
been knighted?
as a
He should
carryover, King Ralph.
King Ralph.
Who was King? John Goodman.
John
Goodman.
John Goodman just as a grandfather.
No, wasn't John Candy?
No, it was John Goodman.
That's right.
I've seen that. That's a movie I have seen.
Miscasting should have been John Candy.
Should have
think he
been
was
John
dead.
Candy.
How did
Doesn't
John
matter.
Candy
I don't
die?
think he was dead at that
Fat.
point. From
Yeah,
Candy.
from fat.
Yeah.
In fact.
That's
No,
a,
drugs
that's
too,
a
right?
sensitive subject around these parts.
Isn't it drugs as well?
I don't
No,
think so.
that was Farley.
Farley
No, I
was.
think he did some kind of drug.
Oh, Farley did drugs for sure.
Oh,
And
Farley.
Belushi,
My
too.
man did
You-
drugs.
you know-
But John,
Farley was
John
the funniest
Candy
guy
was
ever.
wholesome.
You know who else did drugs hard with which a lot of people do not know about is the other big guy John Pinette.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Big fucking coke guy.
Whoa.
Yeah, which a lot of people think because his comedy was
But
fully clean
it's a
and
myth
everything.
that cocaine is bad for you.
Yeah.
It's a myth.
Yeah, it's true. That is true. I agree with you. That's why
Yeah.
you should keep doing it, man. I stopped actually.
Do you guys do
you?
cocaine?
Yeah. And the
I
thing
stopped
is,
because I'm scared of my heart.
I used to joke around about
I'm
how
really
like
the
you,
only
you
one
know
that
you don't
does
have like
cocaine.
a coke problem until you're like, I don't have a coke problem. And then I became a guy that's like, I don't have a coke. I only do cocaine. And then I think about it, and it's like, yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't. I
You
don't
don't. You do it every 2 months or
every
3
2 months. But as soon as you start denying,
That's not a
it,
cocaine problem.
it's not. You're right. But as soon as you say you don't, then you're somebody that does.
My
No one
co-
ever believes a guy that's like, no, I don't do too much cocaine.
My
If you're in the position where you have to say that, then it's people think you do, and then you're fucked.
My coke problem was so sad because it was not even like I don't even have fun stories to tell.
Yeah, you
because
get sad?
well, what my favorite thing to do was I would buy as much cocaine as I had money for. I would buy like 2 30-packs of beer, and I would just lock myself in my room and play online Scrabble for like 6 days in a
Just
row.
on you.
Just dripping huge
It's
lines.
not even that good
and
of a
just
stimulant.
fucking dudes up at Scrabble and just
Wow.
being like, yeah, fuck you. Fuck you.
awesome.
Like, it was
That's
just
it.
like...
A game you can easily cheat.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's literally no reason to
It's just
play
a
it.
pathetic. Like other guys in meetings are like talking about like I was fucking 4 chicks and I said
Yeah.
this is just too much and I was like my rating was up real high on
Yeah.
Scrabble but I was
I
like
got
is
a
it
couple
worth
Scrabbles.
it? Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, dude. Congrats.
We should go to the show, boys.
Well, you should come to our live shows in Canada if you're listening.
Yeah.
Toronto, June 15th. Montreal, June 19th. Ottawa, June 21st. Edmonton, the 25th. Vancouver's currently sold out. We're trying to add another show to that. But yeah, come out to all those freaking shows. And listen to the fucking Rad Dudecast, right, brother?
Yeah, listen to the Rad Dudecast.
Do you have any plugs?
When does this come out?
Wednesday.
Oh, this Wednesday. Okay, I'll be at a brand new comedy club. It's supposed to be pretty fucking cool, actually. It's in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. I'll be there the 20th.
Cape Girardeau?
Cape Girardeau.
Yeah. Laughing Gas. The 24th through the 26th.
We did Boomhauer name that town.
Yeah. So come out to Cape
Damn,
Girardeau.
man, that's a pretty cool place, man. Motherfucking Cape Girardeau.
Airbud, EYREBUD on Twitter and Instagram. Listen to Rad Dudecast. That's it.
Subscribe to that shit.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks again, as always. Always happy to have you.
Goodbye, folks.
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 Always happy to have you.
Goodbye, folks.